What's up, YouTube? Kedris here, and I just thought I'd give y'all a little bit of an update on the international players who have gone, who's played, who's already got results, and where you can catch their next match. Now, obviously, this is going to be more tuned towards USA coverage because that's obviously where I live. But, you just got to do a quick search using something like SofaScore or Google, and you can find the location of your local watch along for any of these players. I'm happy to talk about them. So, after extensive searching, i.e., me arguing with Google AI, I have narrowed down the list of players who have gone out on international break from the academy and from our senior team. Looking at our senior team, obviously we have Elliot Anderson going to England to play. You got Nico Williams playing for Wales, although they were just knocked out of the cup. My boy Milinkovic went to Serbia, Dan and Doy, Switzerland, Matt Sells called up for Belgium, Angus Gunn called up for Scotland, and Ibrahim Sangari called up for the Ivory Coast. I don't know how to say that. Cote d'Ivoire? That's what I want to say. Anyways, looking at our academy players, I don't know if you really consider Abbott academy players still. He does play academy games sometimes. But he's been called up by the England's under 20s who played earlier today. Talk about that. Matthew Orr for Northern Ireland under 21s has been called up as well. They are in the Europa League qualifier group stage. We also have Callum Thompson called up for the Northern Ireland under 19s. They play Azerbaijan tomorrow for their qualifiers in the group stage. And McClure has also been called up by the Northern Ireland under 19. Now, it's actually interesting to go through our academy players and see we actually have a lot of players from Northern Ireland, which is interesting. I don't know what the connection is exactly. I'm going to do some more research, but I thought that was pretty cool to see. But as you can see for the under 21s, under 19s, they have a lot of Euro qualifiers going on right now. Unfortunately, Nico Williams and Wales was kicked out of the competition on penalties. Jono missed his penalty, skying it over the bar. Sucks. Nico Williams also got his penalty saved. It was to the right, but he kind of telegraphed it when he came up, and it wasn't high enough like he did against. And so they lost to Bosnia something. It's a long name. I'm not really good at pronouncing things. So what I really wanted to talk about was put out kind of what the matches are that you can go watch today. Today specifically, and if you see the times on my screen, these are American time, so Eastern Standard Time. If you want to switch to Greenwich time, which is kind of where London is, it's 4 hours difference, so just add 4 hours. For example, if it says 3:45 p.m. right here, it means it's going to be playing at 7:45 p.m. in England, if anybody's using that as the standard time. Speaking of England and 3:45 p.m., they play Uruguay today. I expect Elliot Anderson to play. It is a friendly, so nothing big happening. They also have Japan on Tuesday, and that pretty much wraps up their international break. They got 2 games. I don't expect Elliot Anderson to expend himself that much. He should put in a good showing, but I don't want to see him busting a gut or anything. I think he's earned his place in this team, and I'd like to see it kind of take it easy, if you get what I say, if you get what I mean. Moving on to Wales and Nico Williams. Jono was also there, although I know some people are divided on whether to still support him. I still love the guy. They lost on penalties. That's the only match they had for this international break because they had to leave room if they won that semifinal for World Cup qualification to obviously play the final in this international break. Fortunately, maybe fortunately for a Forest fan, they lost. They're out of the World Cup qualification round and are going to have Nico Williams return to the team. He's going to have a nice, good break, which I think he rightfully deserves. I feel bad for him and Wales for the penalty, but as a Forest fan, I couldn't be happier for my player to come back from international break without an injury and not really having played that much. Moving on to Serbia and the Serbinator himself, Milinkovic, Nikola Milinkovic. They had their match canceled against Qatar yesterday. mostly because of what's happening in the Middle East right now. But they will be playing Spain today. It is a friendly. They also have Saudi Arabia on the 31st and Mexico on the 6th. All of these are friendly matches. So I don't expect the Serbinator to put himself about too hard. I do not believe Serbia are qualified for the World Cup, which is unfortunate. But all I'm looking for with these matches is for my boys to come home and not be injured. And that's all I can pray for, you know? Moving on to Switzerland and Dan and Doi. They also only have friendlies for this international break. They'll play two games today against Germany and Tuesday, March 31st against Norway. I'm saying, I'm going to keep saying this with all the friendlies. I don't expect our players to put in 100% effort. I expect them to come in and protect their bodies so they can return to us in shape. But those are the two games that they are playing. They are in the World Cup, so it should be something fun to watch in the summer. Please, Ndoye, come back sound in mind and body. We need you. Moving on to Matt Sells, the 50% guy. Still doesn't look 100% to me, even though he had that great save against Tottenham. They will be playing their friendlies. They have two of them for this international break. They'll be playing against my team, USA, and they'll be playing against Mexico on Tuesday. Both matches, honestly, Matt Sells is a goalkeeper, so I don't really expect him to put himself anywhere about. Honestly, he should probably be on the bench for the most time of it and just collect a check. I expect the same for Angus Gunn and Scotland. They also will only have two international matches against the Ivory Coast and against Morocco. He's a goalkeeper, but he's the goalkeeper for Scotland. Please just don't get injured, bro. I'm actually, you know what? I don't expect him to really play for us the rest of the season. Actually, I don't really care. Never mind. I lied. Gun, do what you want to do, buddy. I don't care, bro. Next up is the Ivory Coast with Ibrahim Sangare. Willie Bolly was not called up. He's been injured most of the season. I don't think a lot of people were aware of that. But he's been injured most of the season, 34 years old. I think he's probably reached the end of the line for international duty. Maybe he plays in the Club World maybe he plays in the FIFA World Cup this summer, but he's not playing in these friendly matches. They have South Korea tomorrow, and their match with Germany was canceled for Monday, but they will be playing Tuesday against Scotland. So the common theme seems to be with the senior players, at least, it's going to be two games for this international break, and they're all being friendlies. I kind of expect our players not to come back injured. I expect them to put in a good performance, but not 100%, if that makes sense. But I'm just going through it, letting you guys know. Next up, we have Zach Abbott and the England under 20s, not to be confused with the England under 21s or the England under 21s B team. Bro, England, you guys got way too many teams, bro. I want to be honest with you. Anyways, they played earlier today against Italy. They went up 3-0 with that Millwall player, Walton, scoring two goals. But Italy came back into the game, scored three goals in the second half, and tied it up for a draw. Now, to be fair, it was just a friendly match, and they don't have any other fixtures scheduled for the rest of this international break. But I thought, I want to talk about all of our players, all of our academy players who are going out, putting themselves about. And Zach Abbott, I love the guy. I want to talk about him. This is the match that they had to play. And he started for the match. If you go here and see the lineup, he played the whole time. He had a decent performance. The score is not listed here, but I did watch some of it. He looked good. He looked solid. It wasn't really his fault for the goals. So, you know, looking good, Zach. Looking good. Moving on to Matthew Orr, the under 21 Northern Ireland defender. He is actually playing right now against the under 21s Germany, as you can see here. They are losing, unfortunately. Looks like they got a pen. Doesn't look like it's his fault. He hasn't really been playing well, but if this is who I'm talking about right here in the back line, that third center back over. He's our academy player. But It's good to see our players out and about. Like I said, I want to cover all of our players, give them all my love, all of our academy players. They all deserve it. They worked hard to get this far, and I think they should be highlighted. But they're playing right now. As for fixtures they have coming up, they will also be playing against Latvia on the 31st. And that is it for this break. This is all for the Euro Under 21 qualifications. This is the group stage. So they're third right now, which means they don't qualify yet. And looking honestly at these points totals, I don't think they will qualify, which is unfortunate. But, like I said, I still want to showcase where he's at, what he's playing, what he's doing. And they're playing right now as of recording this video. Moving to the Northern Ireland under 19s. So we did the under 21s. This is the under 19s. We have two academy players playing, Thompson and McClure. They play Azerbaijan in the under 19 European Championship qualification. This is the group stage. They haven't played any matches yet, as you can see here on the screen. But they should be playing Azerbaijan on the 28th, which is tomorrow. And then they will also be playing the Romania under 19s tomorrow as well. Looks like directly after the Azerbaijan game. That's really weird to see. 2 games in one day, but I get it. It's under 19. They usually have a lot of energy and they're kind of not really fully developed. So they're a lot less prone to being affected by things like muscle tears and whatnot. Then they play Kazakhstan on the 31st. And then play Lithuania immediately afterwards. They have a congested fixture list that looks to be really brutal. I hope they rotate a lot. I think we need to come out and support these two young men from our academy. They seem to be stacked up on the fixtures, which means they're going to get playing time, and you will be able to watch them. The two players I'm talking about being, of course, Callum Thompson, who plays as a forward player, left wing for us. And who's he? And Blaine McClure right here. He is a midfielder. So that wraps up our players on international break. You guys got to see all the fixtures. Just remember, add 4 hours to wherever the time is, and that is the time for England, London time. All of them are in United States time. I'm from the United States. It is what it is. You just got to live with it. And if you want a quick look at the fixtures real quick, just so I can leave this up and you can maybe screenshot it, these are what I got so far. Now, to remember, for Nico Williams and Wales, they are done. They're not going to play anymore this window. Unfortunately, went out in the competition. But for everybody else, this is what it is. Except for Abbott, they played earlier today, so he is also not playing anymore in this international window. And that sums it up for everybody. Please, guys, go support our players who are playing internationally. I will be doing a watch-along for the Belgium match for the USA tomorrow. It's going to be at 3:30 p.m. for me and 7:30 p.m. for anybody in London. I'm going to be there. I'm going to support my team. I know I support Nottingham Forest as a club, but on the international level, I have to go and represent my country, so I will be rocking the USA kit. And, I love the Reds, guys. Come on, you Reds. But also, let's go, USA!